Alright, so I bought a dash camera, bought it on eBay. I'm going to install it in my car, hardwire it, so that whenever I start the car, this will run, turn on, I don't have to mess with it, don't have wires hanging everywhere. On a side note, I would want to mention to you guys that my channel also has video game videos as well, but I think I'm going to focus mainly on car things from now on, as you've seen with previously with painting the cowl panel and my LED glow interior lighting. But anyway, this is my first unboxing video. I kind of already opened it, but I'm going to show you guys what's inside. There are a lot of copies, basically Chinese rip-offs of this camera. This camera is Chinese, but there are other rip-offs of it. You gotta make sure this is the DVR-027 or 027, whatever you want to call it. It doesn't say on the box, but main features you need to remember is that it always is in the H.264 codec for video, and it does not have, what was that last part? I think HDMI out. Anyway, this is a legit one. It has a Zoran processor, if you're familiar with that. Anyway, let's open it up. The reason I say be careful is there are lots of copies, and this one is considered one of the most reliable ones. It's the manual. This is the camera itself. We'll look at that later. Okay, so that's the power outlet. Put it in your car, 12-volt accessory socket. It also comes with a USB cable. Hook it up to your computer and charge it as well. This is a suction mount. It's actually very high quality and better than I thought it would be to put it on the windshield. And the battery. Whoop. Okay, so I'll move that out of the way. And here's the camera. Like I said, there's lots of copies of it. One thing to note is this on the original ones. This is called it has the HDMI and USB right here, and it only has two buttons right here. Copies will have a third button for something else. So you put the battery in there. Okay. Oh, and also to mention, when I bought off eBay, I bought it from the guy's name was Wonderful with two L's at the end and 003. It was like $63, but he also included an 8 GB SD card, which I already have in here. But anyway, so this folds down. It spins around 180 degrees. So that's pretty nice. And to turn it on, let's see if it'll turn on. There it is. Alright, so it does do HD video to 720p, and as you can see it's recording because it turned on. You can set it at different settings, higher resolution, but then it only does 10 frames per second. Also as well is the one thing to notice is the time codec. I know it's kind of hard to see. Can focus on it. There we go. It will have the non-copies, real authentic ones will have a white bar across the top with the numbers looking like this. And that's the basic gist of this. I'm going to now show you guys what it's like installed once I finish doing that. Alright guys, so we're in my car right now. I'm about to wire up the camera, set it up so I can mount it and get powered and everything. So, here, I'll turn the air down a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to mount it right here, whereas most people do for a dash camera. And the power of the cable is going to run up here. It's going to go under the headliner. There's enough room in there to me to stick my finger in there, so it should be big enough. And also, this is where the A-pillar was. I had to take the A-pillar out, which is right here. And I used a Phillips head screwdriver and I wrapped the end of it in microfiber cloth. Well, any cloth will be fine, but just so it didn't scratch up the plastic while I was taking it out. It was very hard to take out because it's never been taken out before in this car, as far as I know. And you also have to take the weather stripping off from this area, which on mine for some reason was a pain in the neck. On my other car it wasn't that hard, but I used Phillips head as well to pull it off initially, then it just peels off really easily by hand. So anyway, the power's going to run under the headliner. It's going to run up here under the A-pillar, trim. It's going to go down. There's a hole right down here that will go. It will go run down here. And as you can see, I took my glove box out, which is very easy. It just pops out. And so anyway, that wire is going to go down there, and that will plug into my 12-volt outlet, which is right there, which is kind of hard for you guys to see. But actually, let me see. Yeah, it's right here. It's for the 12-volt outlet. And what I did for that was, it was a kit. It's called Intercell 12-volt accessory outlet. Got it at Radio Shack. It was like 11 bucks. So I mean, it's pretty cheap. And that's actually powered by this under here. If you're wondering where I got the power for the other 12-volt outlet, it comes with a wire tap, and I just tapped the wire that goes to the power. And the way I could tell which one was power was the center terminal line is always the one that gives power. The one on the outside is the ground. So anyway, I'll put that back. There we go. Okay. And anyway, and then the ground for it is this wire right here. It's grounded on a bolt up there. Just right there. So that's how I got the power for the 12-volt outlet. It's pretty cheap. Anyway, so that's how I'm going to power it. Here's the power outlet for the dash camera. And the reason I want to do this is because I've heard too many stories of my friends and other people where they'll get in a wreck and the person will try and say it was their fault. And one of my friends actually was at a red light, and the guy in front of him put in reverse, backed up and hit him, and then he claimed to the insurance that he got rear-ended by him. Well, I don't want to be put in a situation like that, so I'm going to have a camera. So if people are doing stupid things, I don't get faulted. That, and also when people do stupid stuff, it's always fun to go and watch people's stupidity. So anyway, took that apart, got my 12-volt outlet hooked up, and that'll be it, and then I'll have this installed. So let's do that right now. Alright, so it is installed. Everything should be working properly. The wire is running up this way. And of course, hidden in the headliner, hidden behind the A-pillar, back there. So discreet. So no one will see it. Well, no one will see the wires. So, should be all set. Let's start it. Let's turn the steering wheel. Start it up. And they're recording. Cool deal. Alright, if you guys would like to see more tutorial videos or just videos about cars in general, so you can subscribe to my channel. Also, since I got this set up, I'm going to be posting videos of car wrecks as well, which will be interesting. Alright, catch y'all later.